Year, and with that, a lot of people might be considering a job search or maybe want to change the focus of their current search. Our career expert, Randy Wood, here to talk more about that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Almost Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Well, okay, a lot of people go out there and they say, I want to get out and do, or maybe they're, new year, new leaf and things like that. Is the new year a good time to be out there looking for a job?
Well, it typically is, because most of the time companies tend to do more hiring in that first quarter. And one of the dynamics, as you well know, the last couple of years, the job market has been terrible. And so I get a lot of questions about, well, hey, I have a job. Should I start looking now or should I wait? And I'd encourage people to really consider diving in sooner versus later. Here's why. You've always heard that it's easier to find a job when you have a job. The reason is because twofold. One is you have leverage. You don't have to take the first job that comes around. Secondly, and it may not be fair, Brad, but the perception is that an employed person is of greater value. And part of that goes back to years ago. If somebody was out of a job for 6 months or 8 months or a year, let's say 5 years ago, you'd say, what's wrong with them? And so the perception is we want to hire somebody who's employed. So dive in now. Now is the time, because I'd rather compete with people who are currently unemployed versus waiting until everyone jumps in the market.
The job market gets a lot bigger.
Yeah. So you're still fighting a numbers game either way.
Okay, a couple of steps here. You say number one, create a networking list. How do we, if we don't have one, where do we start?
Well, there are a handful of things you can do, and that was one of them. One is to stop and think about people you've interacted with, perhaps at your old job, perhaps people that you attend church with, or you're part of an activity club or group, professional group, maybe people you bought from or sold to. It could be maybe where you went to college. And just think of people who know who you are. Not necessarily that they have openings, though, but just that they know you.
And work on that resume. Key accomplishments, make sure you've got the freshest stuff on there, right?
Sure. Key accomplishments, quantify where possible, put numbers associated with that, and also the aesthetics. Make sure it looks good. Have other people look at it. We'll talk a little bit more about resumes in a moment.
Okay, so also you say call people ahead, say I want to use you as a reference, instead of just writing down their name. Why?
You and I have had the same thing happen to us where we
were talking about this earlier.
Where we've had people who have used us as a reference, but never bothered to ask us. And we get a call out of the blue, and sure, we'd like to help the person, but gosh, take time.
I had somebody who had married and she had changed her name. I don't know. So I didn't know. It said the wrong thing. I don't know who this person is.
Right.
It's good.
I want to help people.
Sure.
I want to help you, but please ask my permission so I'm not caught off guard.
Yeah. You also mentioned LinkedIn as being a good resource. Why?
Well, it is. And I've said it before, it's the Facebook for business people. But it's a way to professionally connect with people who share industry, job function, that sort of thing. And it's a way to commune with those folks and get your word out, get your name out, get recognized.
You also mentioned job hunting site setup. Specifics on that?
Well, I'm not a big fan of sitting there on the internet and just pecking away and looking for jobs. But let's face it, it doesn't take a lot of time and energy to set up search agents on the typical big sites. But I'd also do the same for other sites, perhaps sites that are more specific to your industry or job function. And that way, each morning, you'll get a listing of jobs, and you can quickly look through and determine if you want to apply for any of them.
We were talking about resumes. You said you've got a way for people to kind of get that resume in shape.
Well, we do, and we have a new website with Wood & Group. We've revised it, and we have hours upon hours upon hours of information on there, and a lot of free things and other tools, obviously, for purchase. And I've set up a code, and hopefully we can get that on the screen. I guess we do. We have an Edge workshop on resumes. It's about 30 minutes in length, and for the first 50 Fox viewers that will key in a Fox 8 passcode, you'll be able to download that for free. There's no cost, no obligation, no nothing. But it's just a way for you to get some good guidance on how to build an effective resume.
And you can always make it, no matter if you've got a resume, you can always make it better, right?
Sure. And also we have the workshop coming up Thursday. A lot of people are off work this week.
Great time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell you what, thanks for the ideas. Thanks for the motivation, because this might, new year, get out there, get fresh. He has that free Get Hired workshop every Thursday at noon. It takes place at his office on Clemens Road in Clemens. You see the address and the phone number on your screen. The phone number, 793-8040. You want to call ahead, make sure you have a reservation there. But check out that new website, which is woodandgroup.com, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So check that out. Also, we've got this information on our morning page at myfox8.com.